Okay. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to, I'm calling this Dialogues with the Dean, where we're going to pick different programs within the school health professions at the Community College of Baltimore County and talk to the program directors and asked to find out a little more about these programs. So today, our first topic in our first program is going to be the Health Informatics and Information Technology program, which we abbreviate as HIIT. And today we are honored to have Dr. Irby Hunter, who is our program director. Welcome, Dr. Hunter. How are you
Welcome.
today?
I'm well. How are you today?
Good. So
Good.
first, can you provide a little introduction about yourself and tell us
Yes.
about a little bit about the HIIT program?
Yes. So first of all, I'm a native of Dallas, Texas. My undergraduate degree is in biology. I'm actually a medical doctor. Did my training in medicine at the University of Texas at San Antonio. And during my fourth year of med school, I got really interested in quality improvement. And that led me to get a master's in healthcare administration at the University of Alabama in Birmingham. And that kind of really launched my career in health information management. So after Dean McNamara, after finishing that program, I actually was hired to run multi-specialty clinics in the Dallas area. And what I quickly realized when I was running those clinics, that I had a lot of leadership skills, but very little technical skills. So that's what led me to my career in health information management. So I went to the University of Illinois at Chicago and got a degree in health information management. And then from there, took my registered health information administrator's exam. And I've been in this field ever since. But it really spawned from wanting to be more than just a top line leader and more of being a hands on leader. And that's how I got into health information management. Which leads me to your question about what health informatics and health information management is all about. So I tell people all the time, there was a book that was published back in 1999 called To Err is Human. And in that publication, it talked about all the errors that were being made in medicine at the time and how leaders and experts thought that the infusion of technology could reduce some of those errors. And that's really how we got into this field. So, health informatics is really an explosion of computer science, clinical science, physical science, and leadership all into one melange. It's like a buffet table of different things. And I think that's why I love it because from this program, you really can go in so many different areas, whether you want to do medical coding, whether you want to be an auditor, whether you want to go to privacy and security, or you want to do data analytics. I even have a graduate who's a computer programmer. So it's a rich opportunity for students who really want to make a difference in healthcare. And I'll say right now, Dr. McNamara, I know your background is in nursing, so we welcome all the nursing students who don't like the blood and guts. We welcome them. We welcome them
We do
over,
see a lot
and we take them all.
graduates going into this area. So I think that when I hear your story, I first think that you're like many of our students because they're like, I would consider them perpetual students where they keep
Yeah.
going and getting more and more education. And you've had a long journey. Are you done now, or you think that did you receive your last degree, or are you going to go back to school?
Well, I I probably will finish up my master's in data analytics probably by 2026.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh! So
yeah, I've already
you
started
just keep
taking some
going
classes
now.
in that. Yeah, because I'll probably keep going, and 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 that makes me uniquely qualified to manage this program, because I tell
Mhm.
students all the time, there's no such thing as being old in this field, because it's just getting started, right? So don't worry about your age. Don't worry about that you had a career that didn't work out well. We're all starting at the same place.
Yeah. So I think for a lot of our students who have no healthcare background,
Hmm.
how how would they know that this might be a field that they're interested in? You talked about, I think, the quality improvement aspect of the work, but what type
Mhm.
of jobs would they actually have available to them on a
Well,
daily basis?
that's a great question. I had a student, Sean, who was managing hotels, who just graduated from the program last year, and now she's managing a release of information department at John Hopkins. But she started out managing hotels. So if you've got um, a if you're fond of management, if you like paying attention to detail, if you like organization, um, if you um, are excited about seeing organizations move from one level to the next, or you simply like computers, those are ways to identify that this may be a good field for you. Tech, if you're a techie, if you like playing around on your cell phone, this may be a good field for you. If you like Windows and Excel, this may be a good field for you. So um, so there's several ways for you to identify that this may be a good fit for you, and then you just transfer it into the next level. If you're a numbers person, then data analytics coming out of this would be a good person. If you're meticulous, like if you did inventory for a clothing store or a grocery store, then you may want to be an auditor, a medical coder and an auditor. So there's not many things in life that aren't applicable to this field.
I think so many students, when I'm talking to them, they'll say they want to have a job where they make a difference. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes that often makes us think of the frontline jobs,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
nursing, respiratory therapy, medical laboratory tech, but this really impacts the lives of others because of the being able to use data to make decisions. Can you
Correct.
talk more about
Absolutely.
how that works?
So a great example of that is in fraud and abuse, right? So the system, we spend millions of dollars every year on fraud and abuse. And one of the jobs of a medical coder is to prevent that fraud and abuse. So by doing quality work as a coder, quality work as an auditor, operating with integrity, operating in honesty, and you can cut down on a lot of fraud and abuse. Or let's say that you are working in HIM leadership and you're tasked with onboarding a new electronic health record system. Well, by making data driven decisions, you can save hospitals thousands and thousands of dollars. So you absolutely can make a difference. Or if you work in computer or order entry, which is big, which was really big component of what we do, you can actually build systems that keep patients from getting the wrong medications. So there's
So
plenty
major
of
impact.
opportunities to make a difference. Say that again, Dr. Merrick.
Major processes that impact systems.
That's right. Hmm. Yeah.
And so, um, the healthcare and the world has changed since the pandemic.
Hmm.
Has that changed the manner in which people in your field work? I know that we didn't really mention is that the
Yes,
program is fully online, so it is a good option
correct.
for
It has
people that
changed.
can't come to campus.
That's right. The program is 100% online, which makes it very convenient for working adults. But it has also enhanced the program because prior to COVID, you would never think about having meetings online, right? Everybody had to do everything face to face. So now we're more comfortable with meeting online. We're more comfortable meeting over Teams or Zoom. So that has made this career even more attractive to individuals. Even before COVID, about 25% of all medical coders work from home, and we're seeing that number grow post COVID.
That's pretty awesome. So, can you talk about a little bit? Can you give the audience information about what it's like to be in this program, like the structure of courses, and then if there's practicums that they need to do?
Yes. So each one of our courses and are online. And we have a series of courses in what I call clinical sciences or physical science, which is anatomy, physiology, pathology, medical terminology. And then we have courses in medical coding, both ICD-10 CM, ICD-10 PCS, and CPT. And then we have coursement and advanced reimbursement. And then we have a course in revenue cycle management and actually research methodology, which is something I'm passionate about. But once you get into your core HIIT courses, every course is set up into 14 modules. Every module will open bright and early Monday morning at 9 a.m. And you have from 9 a.m. all the way to Sunday night at 11:59 to submit your work. Each one of our courses, we do weekly office hours. So students have an opportunity to log in over Teams or Zoom and meet with the professors and answer and get the questions answered. And we go over some material for the week. And we do have a practicum, which I am very, very proud of. So our students do have to go out into the field as their last course. And we've had students work in doctors' offices. We've had students work in the top research institutions in the country. We've had students work in insurance agencies. So our students in our practicums are just doing some phenomenal things. We had a student that did a research project on the impact of COVID on radiology. We've had students go in and help organizations transferring from paper records all the way to electronic. So I'm so excited about the opportunities our students get when they get in the field. Yeah, it's really the
Sometimes I
highlight of
would
what we do.
imagine that they could even be offered jobs in their practicums after they
Yes,
finish.
yes, I got a call on Monday from a student that's going to be working starting in January at a practicum site.
Awesome.
Yeah. And she's going to be working with the top HIM person in the entire state of Maryland, the most
So I think
well-respected
that,
person.
when we're making an investment to go to school, we want to know what the outcome is going to be. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so many times, we can get four-year degrees and still have trouble getting employed in those fields. So what's
Correct.
the opportunity for employment, and what kind of salaries do our graduates make after a two-year degree?
Oof. So the opportunities are vast. Most of our graduates will seek to start as medical coders, right? A lot of our students start in revenue cycle management, and a large part of our students start in release of information as well. Um, and I'll quote the average salary uh, Bureau of Labor and Statistics, which is anywhere from $54,000 to $61,000 a year. But I will tell you this, Dean McNamara, I've never had one student call me and say, Dr. Hunter, I don't make enough money.
Hmm.
Never ever.
Well, that's an
Yeah.
awesome starting salary for an associate
Yeah,
degree.
that
Finishing.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Yeah. And studies have shown that individuals with the associate's degree tend to make $10,000 to $13,000 higher than someone who just operating with a high school diploma. But yet and still, we still encourage our students to go on to get their 4-year degree. We have relationship with Coppin State University and American Public University, West Virginia University, and the University of Maryland Global Campus. So we do encourage our students to go on and get their 4-year degree, because we all need to be lifelong learners. Yeah, yeah.
So what
And
does
then
that look like if I wanted to continue my degree? Do I have to
mhm.
repeat any classes, or how does that work?
No, you do. You come in as a sophomore, like at Coppin State. You come in as a junior student. They accept all of our credits, which is really really nice. Hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Um, yeah,
and at a
and
tuition rate, it's really cost effective um,
yes, it is.
to
Yeah,
get a degree in this area.
yeah. So it's cost
So
effective. It's convenient. Um, our faculty are prepared to work with you through your life's challenges. We live for this. We live to help students.
So I was thinking, so suppose I was deciding to go to a 4-year college, what would be the benefit of starting the degree here?
Well, there'd be two benefits. One, you get to get your feet wet at a smaller venue, and where you can really hone in on your study school skills, particularly if you hadn't been in school in a while. So you get to kind of brush up on your study skills, your note-taking skills, brush up on your reading and your test-taking skills here at CCBC. The other big expense is going to be the expense. It's going to cost you a lot less to get those credits out of the way here. And then when you graduate from this program, you are eligible to sit for the Registered Health Information Technician exam, which means that while you're pursuing your 4-year degree, you have an accreditation under your belt and then be able to work those last 2 years of schooling. I'll give you a great example, Dean. We had a student that came here, graduated, took her certification exam, went on to Coppin, graduated from Coppin. She's now working for the federal government, making over $100,000 a year and pursuing her master's.
Wow.
And she started right here at CCBC. It can be done.
And a lot of times we talk about stackable credentials, the ability to add degrees on top. So if you started at a 4-year college, once you finish that 2 years, you wouldn't be eligible to work in the field until you finish the whole degree. Whereas if you started CCBC, that 4 years is a long time to be looking, for, where you could be making good money as a graduate of your program.
That's correct. That's correct. You can get that in-field experience while you're finishing up your 4-year degree if you start here first.
So what other words of wisdom do you have for our students that might be considering this field today, and how should they move forward if they're interested?
Well, the first thing they need to do is contact me or an academic advisor. Tell them that you're interested in the program, and then register. And then the next thing I would say is trust and believe in yourself. Trust and believe in your own abilities. I do more motivation, Dr. McNamara, than I do teaching, because there are a lot of people that need to know what's inside of them, right? And our students are phenomenal. And my words of wisdom to you is jump in, you can do it, you're going to be successful. You just need to make that first step, and I'll meet you on the other side without fail.
And I know that you have a great reputation of really helping our students be successful, as all our faculty and staff do at CCBC. I think those words are so important because it does cause you to, sometimes we're our worst barrier because we have lack of confidence that we can continue. So I know that you'd be happy to reach out to people if they came to talk to you about if they're interested and still exploring what options they might need to look at. And is there anything else, or I think that pulls us to a close?
Yeah, just come on in. We welcome you. Whatever, there's not a hurdle that you can face that we won't face with you and get you over it. You're going to be a successful HIM professional in a short amount of time. Just take the first step and we'll meet you on the other side. Thank you.
And I think the key thing is we change lives. And I think that's so important at CCBC because we give people the foundations that they need to make career changes that will really benefit them in the future. So thank you very much, Dr. Hunter, for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you.
Okay, now how do I stop it? I thought that was awesome.